Gerhard Bloom, once again, looking at the tyranny and the delusions of the social justice movement. So this falls very much on the delusional side of the equation. I mentioned this before, defunding the police, soft on crime policies. Yeah, leftists pass these laws and policies because they don't suffer the consequences of their stupidity. Murder rates have soared, most especially in the inner city black community. That's right. The most victims of black crime are black criminals, right? And it's spilling out of the streets. I mean, you've seen these videos. I've spoken about this in other contexts. Swarms of black people stealing shit, smashing shit, stealing shit. And I did a separate video on how the suppression narrative is giving license to black people to engage in racist attacks against whites and Asians. This is happening. But, chickens coming home to roost, because more and more frequently this violence is spilling out of the inner city and it's affecting, the white, privileged, elite liberals. In this case, the vice chair of the Minnesota Democratic Party. She was a strong, militant advocate for absolutely defunding the police, dismantling the police. That's right. You want social workers out there on the streets protecting people. Well, not so much anymore. This young woman was violently attacked on the street by armed criminal thugs. Appears to have been juvenile criminal thugs, armed. And how violent was this attack? It was so violent, she ended up with a broken leg. And you don't break legs easily. No. I've been in a few scraps on the street, and I've seen many more, yet to see anybody get their leg broken. So this was a vicious attack, 4 thugs on this young woman, and they got a gun, right? So anyways, and now she wants these criminal thugs punished. What about rehabilitation? And, they're oppressed and economically disadvantaged and marginalized. Oh, no, she wants them punished. And as well she should, right? I'm with her on that. But this defunding the police, millions of dollars across the United States. And I'm not talking about millions of dollars across the board. I'm talking about millions of dollars within various cities in the United States. City after city. Minneapolis cut 2/3 of its police budget, 2/3. Austin, Texas, cut its budget by 1/3. This is significant funding, right? Because typically cities are always looking to cut funding, save a dime, because, money's important, taxpayers' money, you cut 1/3. This is an astronomical sum. Los Angeles County, after it defunded, underfunded its police. Homicides ran up between 2019 and 2020 by nearly 94%, and this is showing no signs of abating. Seattle, between 2020 and 2023, over 500 officers left the force, and a 26-year high in homicides in 2020, and then again broken in 2022. So just going up like a rocket ship. Washington, D.C., defunding. After its defunding, it saw a 16-year high in homicides in 2020. Imagine that, right? Yeah, correlation, not causation. What do you think it could be, right? But, this young woman, the vice chair, Democratic Party, perhaps she didn't get the memo, right? Because several prominent politicians, while defunding the police, they continued to have police protection, right? Less police out there on the streets, far less of them. And yeah, Baltimore Mayor Brandon Soul, what is his name? Skoll? Yep, private police protection, right? Mayor of San Francisco, London Breed, taxpayer, millions of dollars in police protection. Well, she has since reversed herself on this defunding the police, but once shit is broken, it's difficult to fix. And there are a great many police officers who don't want to have anything to do with these various police departments because they've been maligned, underfunded, and unsupported. So good luck trying to get qualified personnel back. And like any job, right? Policing is no different. It takes years to gather the expertise to do the job extremely well. Rookies might be well-intentioned, but they don't have the experience. And they're lowering police standards. Police forces across the United States lowering standards for the sake of equity, diversion, and inclusion, and because they can't get enough qualified people in. So intellectual, psychological standards and physical standards, lowering them. That means less protection for you. Seattle's Jenny Durkins and New York Bill de Blasio, police protection while they had defunding the police. And, Democrat Cori Bush, that crazy leftist, she spent hundreds of thousands of campaign donations on her personal security because, of course, she's an important person. She needs protection. What about you? What about you? I'm sure, like me, you probably can't afford hundreds of thousands of dollars in private security protection. Representative Jamal Bowman, right? Police hating, absolutely police hating, this racist oppression, agents of oppression, all of this nonsense. After January 6th, he received some threats. Yep, police detail outside his home. The hypocrisy, the shocking hypocrisy. So this poor young woman, she didn't get the memo from these guys. Oh no, you need police or private protection. Yeah, you can wave the flag about defunding the police, but don't be stupid. Well, she was stupid, right? Absolutely stupid, suffering the consequences. And no, it gives me no great joy. None at all, right? Terrible thing to happen to her in front of her kids, broad daylight, awful. But, citizens across the United States are seeing this absolute epidemic in violent crime, not to mention the smash and grab lootings, homelessness. It is awful. We need to regain the streets, and for that, we need the police. Anyways, thank you so much for your time and attention. I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please drop a thumbs up. And yes, please check out my book, Deconstructing Social Justice. It's available on Amazon. Not important because I wrote it. I wrote it because the issues could not be more important. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Bye-bye now.